Yeah. Yeah, I just wanted to quickly jump on something I was reading about the UK. The Premier League is in the UK, so I'm interested in what's going on in the economy. And I was shocked at the fact that their bond market is so fragile. This does not happen, man. There's something going on in the credit markets that feels like a 2007, 2008 vibe. The previous prime minister tried to put forward a tax cut, and the bond market responded by saying, "No, we don't believe you'll be able to fund this tax cut." This is the UK we're talking about. This is where some of the richest people live, and they're like, "No, you were going to jack up the rates because we don't believe you'll be able to pay these things back." And now I'm beginning to see why they kind of felt that, like, all this volatility, implied volatility, kind of spiked during September after they made that plan. And I also noticed that the consumer credit levels are kind of dropping. Like, there's credit's kind of drying up a little bit. So I wonder what's going on here. I want to also see the ticket prices for the games, for the Premier League games. One thing I know is that people are still going to go to those games. It doesn't matter the price or whatnot. But if I start seeing those prices starting to drop, then I'm like, okay, there's something going on here. And this also impacts the clubs. A lot of these clubs use debt to service their staffing, some of the buying up the players and stuff. So if they have to pay high interest costs, there could be some cutbacks of the bigger teams and some of the smaller teams. So I'm gonna keep following this credit market, and the transfers could look really different next season. But yeah, this credit market, it doesn't look. It's making me kind of nervous, but we'll see what the Bank of England does. I don't think they'll jack up the rates next month. The probability of that happening has kind of like dropped a little bit. It was kind of expected to go up a little bit more, but they're kind of like saying, "Well, these guys are going to hold off on a rate hike because the economy looks so fragile." I mean, these rates, they're high based on what we're used to, but they're still low, man. They're still below, like, a little bit below 5%. I think once it gets above 5%, then like everybody's going to start saying like, okay, yeah, you guys might not need to hold off, and they're hoping for like a little recession to like cut the demand and so on. And one of the first things that goes in people's budgets is entertainment, and the Premier League falls into that bracket. But again, for some of the fan base, this thing is not even an option. This is like a religion for them. So they're still going to go to the games. They'll cut something else. Something else will have to get cut. Probably like the tea drinking might stop or something. I don't know. But they'll still go to the games. We'll see how that pans out. But what I'm most concerned about is how this will impact the clubs and the transfer policies that they'll take on right after that, because that would make the next transfer window very interesting, and the next summer's transfer window very interesting as well. Yeah, because look at this: UK consumer credit growth misses forecast. Consumer credit in the UK rose by 0.745 billion, following an upper revised version of from 1.2515 billion in August. So the expected increase of 0.978, but this has been the lowest level since December 2021. So it's kind of trending down. There's not really anybody like trying to borrow too much if they don't have to, but prices are still going up there. They're pretty much on an island. They're out of the EU, so there's not a lot of money to go through, and I think that's why the bond market was like, if you guys are cutting taxes, where's your revenue coming from? You're not a part of the EU anymore. There's so many restrictions when it comes to like what you can do across border and so on. You pretty much put yourself on an island. So I'm thinking that this Brexit thing might not be working out very well for them. The pound is weak, and this is how they used to get away with like jacking up rates and lowering taxes, because like it was a major staple currency, but it's not anymore. So let's see how this all pans out.